Good morning and welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, October the 30th. For those of you with kiddos or still young at heart that are celebrating fall festivals or trick-or-treat Halloween tomorrow, it is right next door. One more day. For those of you celebrating Thursday, the day before Friday, and the weekend, congratulations, your week is almost over. I am celebrating with my retro, very old, vintage Blackhawks jersey from Chicago because my Blackhawks had a very resounding win over the Ottawa Senators last night in a great game. And one of the up-and-coming stars of my Chicago Blackhawks, Connor Bedard, scored his first hat trick, which is, if you don't know, 3 single-handed goals in a game of hockey. So congratulations to Connor Bedard and my awesome, mighty Chicago Blackhawks last night. If you are not a hockey fan, shame on you. Get with the program. Just kidding, but you should be. Today I have a great story out of Sri Lanka that is personally very interesting to me because I do have some personal experience with this subject matter in this part of the world nearby, not Sri Lanka exactly, but in that part of the world, and with the subject matter also. So I hope you'll find it interesting. It is a very, very worthwhile cause, and I hope that it matters to you also. So I'll get right into it. This is called Nonprofit Removes 300,000 Landmines in Sri Lanka. Allows 280,000 people to return to their homes. And this is from a couple days ago. In northern Sri Lanka, an area largely avoided by the 2 million tourists who visit the island every year, an organization has safely removed its 300,000th landmine left over from the island's civil war. Those mines and unexploded bombs were cleared across an area 33% larger than the island of Manhattan, and their removal allowed for the repopulation of 250,000 people to their lands and homes. War is the health of the state and the scourge of everyone else. Nothing epitomizes war's destructive legacy more than landmines and unexploded bombs, which have terrorized the populations of dozens of countries for decades. That's very true, not just in Sri Lanka, Central Asia, but Africa and Central America and other places in the world also. Sri Lanka's civil war lasted for more than 30 years as the Liberation Tigers of Tamil, commonly called the Tamil Tigers, fought the forces of the central government across the northern and eastern provinces. When the war ended in 2009, the Halo Trust, a British nonprofit that works to clear landmines from conflict areas, was already on the ground helping to remove the unexploded ordnance from the country. Over the years, in the districts of Jaffna, Kleninochi, Mullaitivu, Mannar, and Vavonia, work continued slowly to safely detonate or disarm mines and ordnance where people used to live and farm. 16 years later, on June 18th, the Trust announced it had reached a milestone of 300,000 mines removed and 120 square kilometers of land rendered safe and usable again. Thanks to Halo, over 280,000 former internally displaced persons have now returned safely to their homes, and most of the land is clear, said the Trust in a press release. Halo and other demining operators continue to work at pace to clear the remaining contaminated areas to fully open up the pristine north of the island to tourists who flock to Sri Lanka every year, netting the country more than $3 billion in 2024. These minefields were laid when I was still in primary school. I remember hearing about them in the newspapers. Fitzozan Anthony, operations manager for Halo Sri Lanka. Today, I'm proud to be part of the team leading their clearance. Reaching the milestone of 300,000 landmines removed is not just a number. It represents lives saved and land returned to communities. Halo is the world's largest landmine clearance organization, and its work is ongoing across the world. This month, it marked 550,000 mines and unexploded bombs cleared in Cambodia also since 1991. So kudos to Halo, the Halo organization, and great job to those people. They are a phenomenal nonprofit organization doing some amazing work. I will tell you, having worked with them and some other organizations also in places like Afghanistan, Iraq, and some other places I won't mention on here, it is really arduous, incredibly dangerous work, but very, very necessary. And so my hat is off to them, and I pray for the safety of those workers and the people out there every day doing that work. So that, to me, is a very good news story. Okay, so now I have a couple of quotes for you guys today, and then that will be it for today. Eleanor Roosevelt: you gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along. Helen Keller: life is either a daring adventure or nothing. To keep our faces toward change and behave like free spirits in the presence of fate is strength undefeatable. And Ernest Hemingway, we haven't heard a quote from him in a while. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are strong at the broken places. Very true. And then from the Bible, a couple to end. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. Absolutely. And I think the last one I had picked out, yours, Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty and the splendor, for everything in heaven and earth is yours. Yours, Lord, is the kingdom. You are exalted as head over all. So I hope that you can piece together why these quotes from people and from the Bible are relevant to the selection of good news that I picked out about the landmine and unexploded ordnance clearing operations. It's all about danger, all about the earth, all about the power of God over things, all about the human spirit. To me, it all made sense in my mind anyway. Anyway, it is Thursday. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope that you have a great Friday, that everything goes the way you want it to go, or that it's supposed to go. Remember, God is real. He's everywhere that you are, and that he loves you. And I love you too, and I hope to see you tomorrow.